Hi there. Are you currently studying for the CPA and looking for some secrets to make it a faster, easier process? Well, in this video, we're going to do exactly that. Real quick, a little bit about me. I passed all 4 parts, obviously, and some of them in the 90s too. So let's get right into it. The framework that we're going to use for this video is take general advice that you'd hear from instructors or other people who passed, and we're going to reframe it a little bit so it is the more effective way to study. So first off, you'll hear study for long hours until your eyes hurt. So actually what we want to do is make sure that we're having effective study sessions. So if you went and studied for 12 hours a day, by the end of the day, you're probably too fried to actually remember what you learned. So it's important that every time you sit down and you're studying, you're actually absorbing the material. So every half hour, hour or so, do a little self-check to say, okay, did I just absorb what I learned? Will I remember that on exam day? If it's yes, great, keep going. If not, maybe take a break, go get some water, a coffee, something, then come back to the material when you feel fresh. Next, study everything and know every granular detail. So it's more important to perfect the high-level concepts first. There's a trillion little things that we can learn, the tiniest little minute details, and some instructors will say make sure that you've learned every single one of them. And it's good to at least see as many as possible as once, but don't let the big concepts lose out to a bunch of small details. Knowing the higher level concepts and having a solid foundation will pay more dividends on exam day. So really make sure that you get the high level concepts first. Next, that there's no time for fun. When you're studying for the CPA, that you're going to be completely miserable for months and months. Well, this one I actually disagree with. I feel like it's actually important to have some time off and to bring your spirits back up. So for example, every night I would have an hour where I would either watch TV or do something fun, call a friend and catch up. And then Friday nights I actually took completely off. Study all day Saturday night, take completely off, go out with friends, hang out. And then Sunday, I'd take 100% off, guilt-free, go for a hike, or do something fun where you're not worrying about the exam, and then the 6 other days of the week, you're going all in. But I feel like it is actually important to have some fun in your life while you're studying, otherwise it is detrimental to your energy while you're studying. So next one is read the book. And surprisingly, I actually disagree with this. You don't need to necessarily read every single page. I didn't. I found it more effective to do the multiple choice questions over and over again. And the reason for this was the multiple choice questions are interactive and you get immediate feedback. So if you're reading the book, you might find that you think you know a concept, but then when you go do a multiple choice question, there is a hole in the knowledge. Doing the multiple choice questions gives you immediate feedback so you know whether you understood a concept or not. So find out what works for you. Some people I've heard, they only read the book and didn't do the questions. It's all about finding your personal preference and do what works for you. Next, that you must wake up early. This I actually disagree with as well. Find a schedule that works for you. Personally for me, I didn't wake up early. I woke up at my normal time and I studied after work. So really find out what is effective for you. How are you absorbing the material and calibrate it so your schedule matches you personally. The next piece that you're going to be miserable studying and it's just going to be a terrible experience. And again, I disagree. I feel like you should learn to love the journey. This is also your why power, that why are you studying in the first place? It's because in the longer term, you're going to have a better life from passing the CPA. So every time that you're going down, sitting down to study, you're actually improving your life. And once you can rewire your brain to fall in love with the process and focus on the journey, it opens up so many doors. It makes the whole process so much more fun and easier, and it really improves the overall quality of life. The next one, all nights and weekends are in the library. Again, disagree that every single night and every single day is going to be in the library. You need to take breaks. It's more important to have effective study sessions where you're actually learning, taking in the material, and you're preparing yourself for exam day opposed to just raw amount of hours. It's much more important to have the material get inside your brain than just tacking up, oh, I've read this many pages, I did this many multiple choice questions. It's more important to be able to tell yourself honestly, I know this concept now because of the time I've spent. So be super conscious of how much is getting into your brain. That's basically it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and hopefully this helped. Thanks.